Hi, everybody. I am New York immigration lawyer Ann Sedke. I want to thank everybody who is joining me live this morning and sharing my video or sharing my post about this video since yesterday. For my viewers who are in the Middle East or who are Arabic speaking, I will be doing this live video stream in English, but I will follow it up with a version in Arabic so that everybody can understand what I'm discussing today. My topic today is regarding the 2020 Diversity Visa Lottery Program. For those who have submitted their applications at the end of 2018 for the program, they will be eligible to find out if they are selected for the program as of May 7th, 2019. So that is coming up very soon. And I decided to do this live video stream because in the last few weeks I have been noticing a lot of false information and just misinformation being shared in many Facebook groups, different social media groups about how you're going to find out if you are selected for the lottery program. I found it very concerning that people are not being told the right information. Pictures are being shared about different emails that you'll be getting from the U.S. Embassy with the U.S. Embassy emblem on it. And I thought it would be very important to take some time and talk to you guys about the proper way to find out if you are selected. And I urge everybody to please share this video with your friends, with your family members who you know have applied for the lottery program, and make sure that they have the right information so that they are not wasting time and money thinking that they have been selected or not, and lose this opportunity to come to the U.S. I would like to say that this is the prime time for a lot of scammers and impersonators to go online and pretend that they are part of the U.S. Embassy and the Department of State. This is the number one time that people are scammed into paying money to different people and organizations who are saying that they will continue the process for them online. They take the money, and unfortunately, a lot of individuals will miss the opportunity to be selected and continue the lottery program because they have been tricked by these scammers online. So please be careful with who you talk to and who you pay money to. You should not be paying money to anybody to complete this process. It is a very clear step-by-step process. So please make sure that you are not paying money to anybody except the Department of State directly. Okay? I am going to give very general information today through this video stream, and you are welcome to contact me if you have any further questions via Facebook or email. I'll provide all of that information. It is on my professional Facebook page, but I will definitely be putting very important information as far as proper websites to go to, and again, my contact information if you need any follow-up information about this process. Okay, so let's begin. I'm going to go step by step for those people who have already submitted their entries in 2018 and what they should be doing as of May 7th and moving forward. This is a very not complicated, but there's a lot of steps in the process, and you should understand that every process takes time. You're not going to just get selected and get your visa to come to the United States. It doesn't work that way. It is a process, and you have to fulfill every step of the process in order to get to the interview stage with the Department of State or with the U.S. Embassy in your country. And up until that interview, you may not get that visa. So it is not an automatic issuance of a visa to come to the United States, even if you are selected in this very first part. So let's start by talking about the thank you, Shadi, appreciate it. So I will start by showing you what you should have gotten when you entered your entries for the lottery program. It should be a confirmation page that looks like this. Okay, it should have been printed out. It's very important for me to tell you that if you do not have your confirmation number, there is no way that you'll be able to check if you've been selected. Okay, number one, nobody is going to be sending you an email from the Department of State. You will not be getting a phone call from the Department of State. You have to have your confirmation number printed out. I have put an arrow where it should be say, so it'll have your name and it will have your confirmation number underneath it. It's that long number. Okay, this is the only way that you can find out if you've been selected. You will go to, if you want to write this information down, it's going to be the I'm sorry, I'll say that again. It's early here. www.dvlottery.state.gov. Again, it's www.dvlottery.state.gov. That is the only website that you will be going on to check if your confirmation number has been selected. Okay, so there's a lot of other websites out there that sound like dvlottery.state.gov, but that is not the one that you should be going on. Okay, again, there will be no emails that will be sent to you. Okay, even if it looks like it's an official email, it is a scam. So please ignore it. The only way that you can find out on May 7th if you've been selected is by going onto the website and putting in the confirmation number. Now, you can check anywhere between May 7th, 2019 until September 30th, 2020. You actually have that time. And there's a lot of people that check, but they don't continue the process, so they fall out of the program. So you do still have an opportunity until that time. So if you haven't been selected in May 7th, don't just throw out your piece of paper. Keep your confirmation number and keep checking back because you might actually get picked in the second drawing. Okay? Thank you for all the nice comments. I really appreciate it. Okay, so what's next? Once you go to the website and you check your confirmation, if you are lucky enough that you have been selected, and I wish you all good luck in that, if you do get selected, okay, there's going to be a button that you press on the computer that will bring you to the next step on how to go on to the next step to let the Department of State know that you are still interested in continuing with the program. Okay, they won't know. Bill, thanks. They're not going to know if you want to continue. Some people apply and they don't decide not to come to the United States. So you have to let them know that you are continuing with the process. Okay, so if you're selected, just follow the prompts on the website, and it will tell you what needs to be done. Now, again, I'm giving very general information right now, but what's going to be very important is if you get selected, one of the main things that you're going to have to prove is that you're still eligible for the lottery program. Now, if you remember, when you applied for the lottery program, you had to prove that you had a high school degree or you had qualifying work experience. There is a specific type of work experience that is listed on the Department of Labor website, that will say that these are the occupations that they will accept as qualifying work experience. So if you have to still have had that high school degree or work experience in order to continue. So they're going to ask you to verify or guarantee to them that you have that high school degree. If you don't and you applied for the lottery program and you were not eligible from the beginning, then you will not be able to continue. So one of the first things they check are one of those two things. So make sure that you have your high school degree prepared and translated and ready to submit to them, because that's what they will check first before you're able to go on to the next step, which I'm going to explain shortly. So, and this is just a side note, when you are doing any kind of application to the Department of State, you really want to be ready and have your paperwork prepared, all the information prepared. There's not that much time to waste trying to look for all these documents. So definitely have that stuff ready before May 7th so you can speed through this process as quickly as possible and have the best chances of coming to the US. Okay, so once they check your the high school degree or the work qualifying work experience, okay, you will be eligible now to actually submit the visa application online. Okay, there will be instructions online about how to do that, what fees that you need to pay. So it will let you know. Now, there are a lot of people who have applied for the lottery program but are here in the United States. This is the time that you would actually notify the Department of State where you are. Some people are here. You can't be in the United States without status, but there are people that are here who are on a student visa or who are on a visitor visa or something that you are in good status in the United States. If you are here, okay, not have broken your status or are here illegally. People who are in the United States legally, maybe doing something else like a investment visa or, like I said, studying, you have to notify them that you're in the United States, and you would actually be qualified to change your status or get your green card from within the United States, so long as you are here in proper status. Otherwise, in order to complete this process overseas in whatever country that you're in, you would actually need to fill out the visa application, which is the DS-260. All right, that is the visa application that would be filled out with all of your information and submitted to the U.S. Embassy so that they can schedule an interview. Okay, so again, depending on where you are, you'll have to let them know if you're in the United States or still overseas. Okay. Now, another very important information, you will see the initials KCC coming up a lot. That stands for the Kentucky Consular Center, okay? This is the group that is responsible for the diversity lottery applications or the submissions, the entries. So they will have contact with you, telling you what the next step is when you are prepared to be scheduled for an interview. So if you see the KCC coming up or you're getting notifications from them, they are a legitimate section of the Department of State that will be responsible for collecting documents and processing the lottery entries. So please, keep that information with you, because you will be getting actual notifications from them and will need to submit documents to them. Okay. All right. So the KCC. So we got to the point that we are about to submit the immigrant visa applications. Okay. So it is an online application, and you will actually be putting all the information on that application. Okay. Now, a very important point that a lot of people don't talk about. Now, when you applied for the very first entry, you were required to put in all family members who are children who are born at that time that you've submitted the entries. If from that point until the time that you file the visa application, there are more children or you recently got married, okay, after you submitted the entry, okay, all of those family members you can add to the visa application, to the DS-260. You can add more children, you can add a recent spouse, okay, if you are the primary applicant. However, you cannot add any children or spouses that existed before you made that initial entry for the lottery program, okay? You can't add those people. If you never added the children or the spouse okay, they will know based on the date of birth and also from the date of marriage. So you cannot add them. If they find out that you forgot or neglected to put those family members who were around at the time of the entry, then you are automatically disqualified. Okay, so you have to have had all of the family members who were there, and only add the new children or new spouses after the time of entry. Okay, this is a very important point. And unfortunately, a lot of people get to the point of the visa interview and they're told at that time that they're not qualified. So you would have wasted a lot of money, a lot of time, and none of these fees are going to be refunded to you. So please be careful before you continue. Make sure you are fully eligible for the diversity lottery program before you move on, okay? And again, be careful of what people are telling you because there's a lot of wrong information out there. Okay, so now you have completed the visa application and you have put all the information and submitted it. That is your visa application, and the things that are on it cannot be changed. So again, make sure all the information is correct. Dates of birth are correct, addresses, and whatnot, okay? There will also be a request by the KCC, the Kentucky Consular Center, that they're going to ask you, once they get the DS-260 application, they're going to ask you to start submitting very important supporting documentation. Okay, these supporting documentation have to be submitted in order, again, for the process to continue. Okay, if you do not submit these documents, the process will stop or be stalled, and you can actually miss your opportunity to get the visa. So once the application is submitted, you will get notification that birth certificates, police certificates, military records, all of that have to be submitted to the KCC. And again, this will complete the file before they send it to the U.S. embassy that is in your country, and that would be responsible for scheduling the visa interview. Okay, so you definitely want to make sure that you have all these documents ready, so you're not wasting any time, and you can move forward as quickly as possible. Okay, so once they have all the information and documents, they will be sent to the U.S. Embassy, and you will get notification. These will be done via email. By this time, you will already have a case number, and if you have an email already scheduled, then, an email already put on your application, they will communicate via email or by mail, whichever you have put as your preference, and they will let you know when a visa interview is going to be scheduled. Now, a lot of people I know have done the lottery program on their own, so it will be very important to follow the Department of Labor's instructions on what you need to bring with you to the interview, okay? I always tell people, keep your confirmation, your initial confirmation number. This is a very important piece of paper. Keep this piece of paper with you, okay, as one of the documents that you will bring, along with all original documentations for your birth certificates, marriage certificates, police certificates. All originals should be with you, okay? And again, one of the most important pieces of paper you need to have is the confirmation page for the DS-260 visa application, At the end of your submission, there will be a page that says this is your confirmation page. Has to be printed out, and you need to bring that with you to the visa interview. If you have all of these documents with you, your visa interview will go extremely fast, okay? If you don't, there will be a stall. They'll tell you to come back, and it will just waste a lot of time. So make sure confirmation page for the DV 2020 submission, and the confirmation page for the DS2 260, as well as all of your original documents that you submitted to the KCC. Okay. Preparation is key for any interview. You really just want to be prepared for asking of all questions. Now, there is also one thing I did forget is your medical examination. This will also be, the instructions will be given to you when you go through the process. They will give you instructions on where to go. There's particular physicians that are responsible for these medical examinations. You can't just go to your regular doctor. They have to be certified by the Department of State. So again, you have to go online and check, make sure which doctors are in the area and get that medical examination completed. Every country has their own system. Okay, some medical examinations are sent from the doctor straight to the U.S. Embassy. Some of them are given to the actual applicant and they have to take it with them to the U.S. Embassy. So depending on the link that you are given for your country, okay, you have to follow that link. Someone in Egypt, I'll talk about Egypt because I deal with the U.S. Embassy there, they will be given different instructions from someone who is in, let's say, of course, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but someone from Bolivia, or from some other country in South America, or in even in the Middle East. So don't share information when this is what you have to do, because the information in one country could be completely different from another information and steps on how to complete in another country. So yeah, just don't share that information. Okay, and another very important thing is you have to have an updated passport. Okay, when you go to these interviews, you have to make sure your passports are not expired or going to expire in 6 months. You have to have updated passports that would be submitted to the U.S. Embassy so that they can actually issue the visa stamp or visa on the passport. So please make sure your passports are up to date. And you should have copies of everything as well. Copies of your birth certificates, everything that you've submitted, have a copy with you. If the U.S. Embassy is missing anything or they misplaced it, you'll be able to give them a copy, okay? They're not very good with taking originals and giving you, taking copies. So have the copies available if you can. Now, at the interview, it should be all family members who are on this application with you. So you, spouse, and your minor children, unmarried minor children, who are going to be immigrating to the U.S. with you. They should all be there at the interview. They are going to check to verify identification. So you definitely want to have everybody there with their passports and ready to go. Okay. They will definitely ask you about everything that's on the application. They're going to check addresses and information to make sure that it is accurate. They're going to look at the high school diploma or the qualifying work experience to make sure that everything is right. Please do not provide false information. It unfortunately, it can cause a lot of problems, not just for this diversity lottery program, but it can also cause problems for any visa application that you plan on applying for in the future. So if they put you in the system as have providing false information or misrepresenting information in any way, this can negatively affect you for any application that you file in the future. So please make sure that you are submitting correct information, okay? you want to give the best advantage to your family, but you also don't want to ruin it for any chances in the future. Okay, so once the visa interview is complete, they will give instructions on, if your visa is approved. Again, you won't know if your visa is approved or if you are coming to the United States until that interview is complete. Okay, so not just because you got an interview, you're going to be coming. They have to verify everything, and until that time, they will let you know if you've been approved or denied, and they will give you a reason if you are denied, and then they will tell you how you will be getting your package. There's a package you will be taking with you on the plane to submit to the immigration officials here in the United States. So if you are approved, they will tell you when to pick up your package and your passport. If there's any fees that need to be, there's a final fee that needs to be paid. So they will let you know how that fee needs to be paid. And when you enter the United States, this is the final thing. So if you are lucky enough to have gotten to this final stage, and I hope you all do, then you will be given your package and you will fly to the United States with your family. And upon your entry, you will be giving that sealed envelope to the officer to open. You cannot open it on the plane, even if you are curious. Keep it closed. If it is opened or tampered with in any way, it's considered invalid and you will have to go back. So please don't touch it. Keep it sealed. Once you actually enter the United States, you are considered a green card holder, or what they call, the proper way is a lawful permanent resident of the United States. Okay, so you are officially a green card holder when you enter, and you will be getting your green card, I will say within 2 to 4 weeks, but it's been taking a little bit longer sometimes. If it is longer than a month and you haven't received your green card and social security number, you definitely want to reach out to the immigration or to an immigration lawyer so that they can help you get that card. Okay. I know I'm repeating myself, but I will say again that this is probably the number one time that there are a lot of scammers that are going to try to take advantage of people who are desperate and wanting so much to come to the United States. So they will promise you a lot of things. They will sound like they understand the process, but unfortunately, they are there to steal your money. And you will think that all of this time that you are in the process of getting a visa interview, and when in fact you are actually, they're stealing your money and you're not getting any benefit. So please do yourself a favor and do your friends and family a favor by getting the right information, sharing this video, and making sure that they take the right steps so that they have the best advantage of coming to the United States. I am a U.S. based immigration attorney in New York and New Jersey. I help people throughout the United States and in the Middle East as well, around the world. So if you do need help at any point in time, or you're even questioning that someone told you something, please reach out, send an email, and I'll be happy to respond. Okay, refer back to this video as well, and I really wish everyone good luck on May 7th and after, and I hope that your family has the opportunity to come to the United States. It's a wonderful country, and I'm looking forward to helping anybody that needs help. Okay, that's my. I'm gonna conclude my English segment right now, and I am going to talk a little bit in Arabic because I do have a lot of Arabic speaking followers and viewers, and they are going to need a little bit of guidance in Arabic. So I will be switching to Arabic right now. So again, good luck, and I hope to see you in the United States soon. Bye bye.